All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jim Heald, and tonight I'm going to be telling you guys about some of the amazing places to hike in SLO County as well as around nearby the campus. So before we get started with that, who am I? I am a third-year liberal arts and engineering studies major. Not quite a CS major anymore. And I have hiked all 11 of SLO open space preserves. I highly recommend. They're all really fantastic. Before, you guys want to go on a hike, so you're going to need a few supplies. Now, there's 10 essentials you generally want to have. Of those, I recommend always having water, extra clothes, a first aid kit, and a pocket knife, just in case anything goes wrong. So, there are 3 types of hikes. Strolls, which are 4 miles or less, hikes, which go up to about 8 miles, and adventures, which are basically places you could get lost in for potentially days around here. So strolls, there is your classic, the P, Architecture Graveyard, Bishop, Madonna, but there are also a few that not a lot of people know about that I'll go over. So to get us started is SLO Hill. And SLO Hill is really cool. It's 5 miles from campus. It's just a quick 2-mile round-trip hike, but you go to this really fantastic 700-foot summit, and there's a pretty cool cow looking through binoculars up there. Great views of South SLO. Cerro Cabrillo is out near Morro Bay. It's only a 2.5-mile round trip, and it has this really cool kind of tiki rock on the way up, as well as great views when you get to the top. Harmony Headlands is kind of a gem, I'd say. You start off going through these really beautiful foothills on this really nice road, but then after a few miles, it opens up to the ocean, there's rocky cliffs, and it's really fantastic. So then hikes. We have Poly Canyon, Reservoir Canyon, Irish Hills, and Montaña de Oro. And that picture is actually taken from Johnson Ranch, which is kind of connected to Irish Hills, but it's also a really great hike down on Higuera. So Poly Canyon, it is 0 miles from campus because it's right in our backyard, and you can really just go back there, hike into the mountains, you'll get to the national forest, there's really great views, it's a really fantastic time. Reservoir Canyon is right on Highway 101, just a few miles north, and it has this pretty cool waterfall. This was taken yesterday when I realized I didn't have a waterfall picture. And you can go all the way to the ridge and get great views of SLO. Irish Hills is over by Costco, and there's just miles of trails. You start off a few miles and you're already great views of the SLO area. You can get ocean views, and there's a cool abandoned ranch to check out too. So adventures, these are places, might require a little more driving, but they're all really great. There are some backpacking opportunities and just plenty of trails, some even off-roading too. So Cuesta Ridge is actually just right, 7 miles from campus. If you drive 7 miles up north on Highway 101, you enter the Los Padres National Forest, and you could spend so much time exploring. You can camp anywhere. It's really fantastic. Go a little further up north, and you'll run into Big Sur, which is actually part of the Ventana Wilderness, also the Los Padres National Forest, and it's pretty cool for its waterfalls as well. Pinnacles is a little bit more of a drive, but it will take you to just these really cool rock formations that kind of jet out of the foothills. There's caves to explore, and there's also just really great views. Carrizo Plains is 70 miles from campus on the way to the Central Valley, and it's really cool because of some of its geographical formations. That bend in the river is actually caused by the fault shearing. However, that was when it was kind of dead. Then in spring, you have amazing wildflower blooms and just all sorts of colors throughout. I went on a cloudy day, and the clouds just really added kind of character to the landscape. And then you go down south near Santa Barbara, and you get to the San Rafael Wilderness, which actually goes from Santa Maria to Ventura. And it's just really great to go backpacking in, fantastic views, fantastic rock formations. And then some of these pictures are actually from the trip I did over spring break, where I hiked up to a 6,500-foot mountain. And this is only 50 miles from campus as the crow flies. So really close by, really fun to explore. And so I hope after this presentation, you have a few more places to hike.